because everybody's thinking, if
Mhm.
I don't find love, will
Mhm.
I still be able to have a good life?
Mhm.
And so my question to you is exactly to that, because people are going, oh, what are people going to think, right? If I'm single for a long time. And what if I don't find it until like I'm 90? What's going to happen? I'm not going to enjoy it because it's going to be too late.
I would have been perfectly fine being single. And that is the key, because ultimately, the best relationship and the most important one you're ever going to have is with yourself. You may or may not find love. I cannot promise you. I make sure I am very clear when I coach my clients not to overpromise and underdeliver. I cannot promise you that a great guy will show up, but I'll tell you what, if you do the work and if you take care of yourself and you become the happiest single you can be, not only will a great life show up, but the chances of you finding someone, as I always say, the happier you are being single, the sooner you won't be single.
So I think a lot of women, they have this attachment. If I'm not married, people are going to think there's something wrong with
Yes.
you,
Oh,
right?
yes. I felt that many times over the years, that not only was there something wrong with me, but that I didn't belong, that I didn't have credibility, that I wasn't part of that club. And that was very, for the most part, I was a very happy single person and very secure, because you have to be. It's super important that you have a thick skin. And if you don't have one, grow one, work on it. It will save you, it will spare you a lot of heartache. It will also serve you well in life to feel comfortable in your skin, no, regardless of your relationship status. Here's how I feel about having gratitude for
Yes.
what you have right now. You better love it or find things to love about your life, because this is your life.
I have a lot of single girlfriends who are fabulous, beautiful, successful, evolved, and all of those things. There is that question where it's the why are you still single? And it's interesting because when a man is single, he's a bachelor, and it's like almost like a badge of honor, like, oh, but when a woman is being asked why you're still single, it almost comes with a subtext.
You know, wherever, whoever knows me, and I'm sure they were whispering, I wonder why she's,
Yeah,
what's wrong with her? She's probably, you know, batshit crazy, or she's,
too high standard.
you
She's
know, she's got, right, her standards are too high, or she's damaged goods. Okay, no, no. Did I have to do the work? Yes. No one's perfect. Okay, but I have a philosophy that the better you become as a person, the better you will attract. Okay, I'm going to say it again. The better you become as a person, the better you will attract. That's another thing. So you make the effort, okay, because I'm all about effort. You have to make the effort. You have to take care of yourself. You have to make yourself look good. If you want to attract someone, you have to work on being attractive.
because I think it's also respecting yourself. I mean, if you think about it, and it's not being judged, it's about taking care of yourself, whatever shape
Yes.
you're in, right? But it's about taking care of yourself, because when you go into, even in business, when you go into a boardroom and you see a woman who takes care of herself, she doesn't have to be a size zero, but you can tell she takes it. And then a woman who doesn't, you're automatically wanting to do business with the one who does, not because you're superficial and we're looking at the outside, but because showing discipline is showing
Mhm.
self-respect and
Yes.
showing care. Yeah.
It's the least we can do to show up for ourselves. How about that? Do it for you.
Yes.
Do it
Yeah.
for yourself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Impress yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Be comfortable with yourself, and accept yourself. So there are things. Again, we're not perfect. No one's perfect. We all have our stuff, right? And there's something kind of beautiful And there's something that makes you even more beautiful by accepting your stuff. Self-acceptance. So I want to make that very clear to people because we live in this town, right? Hollywood.
Yeah, very true. I mean, listen, I've been here since I was 14 and I went to high school here. And one of the things, and that's another part that I loved about your book is that you started referencing when you're doing the Google search where you're like, 5 ways to find a man, 10 ways to get him to fall in love with me, 15 things to get to the second date. I come from Europe. Things happen organically. I mean, I was raised that way. So when I came here at the age of 15, I went to uni high. I didn't go to Beverly Hills, but I went uni high. I was literally shocked at how everything was clinical. It's like, okay, you're dating, you're not boyfriend and girlfriend. You have to go on 5 dates. You have to interview each. It was all so clinical and not just by the heart. And I think that's something that, thank God, I think after coronavirus, after the pandemic, people have started to get back into their hearts. And I think now they're giving it more value as well as time, which I love what you reference about time and value, which are so important, right? We don't have a lot of time. There could be something else that happens. And I think a lot of people woke up to being alone in the house for 2 years with nobody to talk to. So you got to value your time and you got to value yourself.
You know, if you're feeling a little low and you need a little, you know, your self-worth tank filled up, there are ways to do it. And again, I would say, don't wait for someone to do it for you, and go out there and just participate in life. Get out behind your screen, put your phone down, take out your earbuds. I mean, for God's sakes, people.
But you got to go out and relate. And when, like you said, when it's meant to happen, it will happen. It might happen. You're crossing the street and somebody
Yes.
says something. It might happen on an app. When you're ready, it will happen no matter what.
I'm hearing the woman viewer right now in her mind. She's saying, but I do everything right. But I do all that. But I do take care of myself. But I am active, and I do, and yet still, where's the boyfriend, or where's the love? And I can only tell you that it's somewhere between, like I said, making the effort and detaching from the outcome is the magic. And the universe does not, again, go on your time schedule, and you'll be okay. Either whatever happens, you're going to be fine. You just need to breathe, have a little faith, trust in the process. These are all difficult when you are a willful, strong woman. I'm assuming that is your viewer. She's willful, she's strong, she makes stuff happen, she's proactive, right? She does things from the sweat of her brow. If you guys, viewers, listeners, you want to just have like a quick eye opener. This thing is this big, it's teeny. It's called The 4 Agreements. You'll read it in an hour. It will change your life. Literally. It is simple. It is so simple. You go, oh my God, how, and I think the 4 agreements are, don't take anything personally. Okay, you're gonna have to help me with this. Don't take anything personally. Be a person of your word, right?
Never assume, don't assume.
Never assume.
And then always do your best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Yeah. And that's sort of the recipe for dating. It kind of is for life and for dating. And I do feel that any kind of life advice is dating advice.
Thank you so much for being on my show, Trevor. If you want to check out this book, it's in the show notes. Please do read it. Please probably download on Kindle or buy a highlighter so that you can highlight it on the actual book. Or if not, on your Kindle, make sure you highlight lots of it and maybe give it a review too when you buy it, because
yes,
it's so worth it. I'm sure you need reviews.
Yes, I love reviews. Yes, bring on the reviews, people.